What's up, Heather?
What's up, B?
Well, we'd like to welcome everyone back to 2XO Part 2. Look, there was so much to talk about, we needed multiple episodes to cover all this. Or she just talks too much. Either way, we could go either way with this one.
It's probably the latter. While you are here, be sure to click like and subscribe if you haven't yet. We'd really appreciate it, and it really helps us out. And also, share our show with a friend. It's the best thing you can do.
It doesn't have to be a friend.
It can be anyone, honestly.
Share it.
Honestly, just send it out to a random listserv. That's totally fine.
That's great.
Reply all with just a link to our show.
Yeah. And don't forget when you're doing that, you can also check out our social media. Because everyone should have social media, like X,
obviously, it's very
Facebook,
healthy.
And the Instagram. One day, Heather's going to figure out TikTok, and we might have a TikTok.
You are more than welcome to take that process over.
No, it's been way too much fun watching you struggle. Makes, you look old.
Thank you.
It's kind of cool.
It's kind of cool.
Rides that frustration train.
You're so sweet.
I am.
So sweet.
I am.
Thank you.
I'm basically a heart.
You are the embodiment of the heart emoji. Seriously, send us a message, an email, drop a comment on an episode. Those are my personal favorite. Well, actually, Instagram direct messages are my personal favorite, but comments are a close second. We really do love to hear from you however you want to contact us, and we love your show ideas. It's so fun for us.
But now it's time to drink bourbon, in almost record time for our show, and we're going to drink some 2XO. Now, if you want to learn more about 2XO and my boy Captain D Squared, otherwise known as Dixon Dedman, along with our reviews of their Oak series and their Sneakerhead release from the Icon series, there's a link right over Heather's halo.
Right here.
This will in all probably make more sense to you if you start there. However, if you could wait till it's over to go back, because the algorithm doesn't like when people leave the channel, I don't understand.
YouTube's evil. We have a situationship with YouTube.
There we go. It's complicated.
It's complicated. You can update your Facebook profile later.
Thank you.
Okay. For a quick recap of part one, Dixon Dedman is quite a stud. He started his bourbon journey at Kentucky Owl, and he left there in 2021 and started 2XO in 2022. And he's been having fun with creative blending ever since then.
I'm definitely not envious of him. Not at all. He has a whole series of bourbons named after his hobbies and interests. And he's got a cool name. And he's good looking.
He has that alliteration thing going in his name.
I'm not jealous at all. The running marathons thing, I've run before. It's overrated.
That's fair. The wine connoisseur, heir to a culinary dynasty, one successful bourbon company to another, getting to name a bourbon line after your quirky hobbies and interests and your favorite places to go.
I have this show.
You do. Should we start naming episodes after your hobbies and interests?
We already do.
That's fair. Welcome to all the pop culture and musical references. Yep. So where are we starting back,
Well,
babe?
we're going to start with the Kiawah Blend. For those of you who do not know, Kiawah Island is off the coast of South Carolina. And it's a very exclusive vacationing spot.
It is bougie.
Very. It's kind of outside of Charleston.
Not too far.
Yeah, kind of a good way to describe it to those folks out there looking at a map.
So that's where Dixon loves to go hang out with his family. So B, what does this blend run you?
It's about $85 a pop, and that's kind of where all these on the Icon series live.
Yeah, they're all of them are between 80 and 100, right?
Yep.
So the Kiawah Blend's aroma is supposed to have some brown sugar, oak, stone fruit, spice, clove, and vanilla. So let's give it a smell. Ooh, brown sugar hit me immediately.
Yeah. And with the brown sugar comes a little spice and the vanilla. I mean, those kind of flow.
I really am getting the brown sugar and the spice with a little bit of underlying vanilla here.
Yeah.
It smells like a pleasant dessert.
It does. It does.
So then the mouthfeel is supposed to be viscous. B's new favorite word.
Viscosity is my favorite word.
So the mouthfeel is viscous and rich, moving from initial sweetness on the front of the palate with vanilla and actually strawberry and peach iced tea, which we'll see if we get that. And that's supposed to kind of fade into more savory notes around the mid palate, and then it's going to finish with a lingering peppery spice.
All
right, let's see what you got, Dixon.
As always, I start from the back and work to the front. There is a lingering peppery spice. It's very nice. It's not overwhelming. Definitely drinking bourbon. They don't give us mash bill.
No. We know there's some rye in it, but
Yeah.
it's kind of about it.
There's some sweetness up front. I'm not getting strawberry. But I do get savory on the mid palate. I'll agree with that.
Yeah. And I will agree, like you said, I'm not going to claim that I'm getting strawberry and peach iced tea, but I get the sweet to savory to peppery kind of progression that they lined up for us. Killing it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So far, what we tasted in part 1 and then now, they're all interesting. They all have depth of flavor. See how I didn't use the word complex there? Depth of flavor. I'm trying to expand my phraseology here. What are you going to rank it, B?
I'll just go ahead and rake it. This is hush your mouth.
Yeah.
It's hush your
I
mouth.
don't think you can rank it lower than that.
No.
All right, next up we have the Tribute Blend. And this one is really sweet. It was named after Dixon's parents. Well, as a tribute to them. Heart. Because of the path that they paved for him. Isn't that sweet? He's paying homage to them. That's a nice thing.
It's great.
If any of you out there would like a bourbon named after you, if you would like to sponsor us, we'd be happy to create the bourbon and then name it after you. So this bottle comes in at around $100.
So according to Bourbon Boss Man, we should get a nose of vanilla, baking spice, berry fruitness, sweet cream, caramel, and a little oak.
I definitely smell the caramel.
I smell the caramel.
A little vanilla.
Yep.
I don't know if I'm getting the berry on the scent, but there's a hint of sweetness there.
There is.
Yeah.
There is.
So on the palate, it should be very similar to the aroma notes. Oak, vanilla, buttercream, berries, and baking spice.
Finish is supposed to give us some spiced oak and vanilla.
This sounds like a strawberry shortcake. I definitely get the spice notes. Not peppery spice, like baking spice.
I don't know. At the end, I could have called that pepper.
Yeah?
Maybe at the very end. Not in the front, not in the middle, but
So
on
do
the
you
very
think
end.
do you think their note of spiced oak is a little more spot on then?
For the finish.
Yeah.
I do. But I do think that there's oak and vanilla up front.
I get a little hint of sweetness in the middle that might be the berry they're talking about.
I think it's very good. It's good.
It's good. It's real good.
I mean, it has his signature on it.
So it must be his favorite.
And it was made out to you.
It was. You can't tell him all my secrets.
It says, to Heather, I'll never forget that night in Barbados. Love D squared.
That's exactly what it says. You just can't see it. What would you rank it?
Same as last. It's a hush your mouth for
Yeah.
me.
I agree. I would rank it a hush your mouth for sure.
Yep. Now, last in the Icon series, we have the Innkeeper in. And this is obviously a tribute to all the innkeepers in Lord of the Rings and in The Hobbit, who gave their lives for the betterment of the Shire.
Is it?
No.
Is it?
It's actually named after an homage to his parents' restaurant, the Beaumont Inn, which is on the Bourbon Trail.
We're gonna
It's very
go.
famous.
We're gonna go.
And it is a James Beard award-winning kick butt, probably got really good pecan pie restaurant.
We're gonna go.
So we're excited. So once again, this is another tribute to his family, and that's what he does in the Icon series. Is that his things with his family or his hobbies or his interests. So we're gonna get a marathon one, I guess.
Probably. Maybe that goes with the sneakerhead. Like, because he runs and collects sneakers. I don't know.
Whatever.
So, for some reason, when I saw Innkeeper's Blend, and that it paid homage to the Beaumont Inn, my head immediately went to culinary expertise, wine connoisseur, all of that. So I expected some red wine notes. That assumption was completely incorrect. There is zero basis in it, and I was completely off. So,
Well, the Innkeeper and Les Mis, that certainly doesn't bring me notes of fine red wine and cuisine.
because when I think of a kid that was raised in a James Beard award-winning restaurant that went on to have a bourbon brand for fun, I think Les Mis.
I like Les Mis.
I love Les Mis. It's just not exactly about privilege.
Welcome, monsieur. Sit yourself down and meet the best innkeeper in town. Wah, 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 wah.
I bet
So
that
what
would-
should we get on the nose here?
So we should get banana bread, vanilla, butterscotch, brown sugar, and oakiness, which honestly sounds great.
I don't get the banana bread.
I'm sorry.
I know. It's my lot in life.
I don't get banana.
My parents weren't a James Beard Award winning, on the trail, Mr. Hotness running marathon bourbon maker.
Well, maybe if they were, you'd smell banana bread.
Maybe. That's what it is.
Anyway, I get maybe a hint of banana. I wouldn't call it super strong.
The palate should bring walnut banana bread, baking spice, caramel, vanilla, charred oak, and that should lead into baking spice and oak. That's a lot.
That is a lot. Let's see what we get. You know, there might be a little hint of banana at the beginning. But that's a skeptical face, folks. But there's definitely some caramel and vanilla.
I can get with the caramel and vanilla. I'm struggling with the banana. I eat a banana every day.
I eat a lot of bananas too.
And I've never had one that tastes like this.
So, I posit the theory,
Whoa.
just like Einstein, that
You have a lot in common.
he's saying I have wacky hair. His hair was awesome. I think in this scenario, it's almost more of that artificial banana flavor rather than a real banana. Because, have you ever tasted anything that was artificially banana flavored that tastes like a real banana?
We had a bottle of 99 bananas.
Doesn't taste a thing like a real banana.
So you're telling me they charged me $100 for this and it tastes like artificial banana?
Not solely like 99 bananas does.
The finish does give me oak, and it does give me baking spice. Like you said, there's vanilla and caramel. I'm struggling with banana bread, but that's okay. I can struggle with it. It still tastes fantastic.
It does. It's
I mean,
delicious.
it's still a notch above.
I get a little more cinnamon in this one than the other two.
I can go with that. Yeah.
Yeah. What would you rank it?
It's hush your mouth. It's a little sweeter, maybe. No. This one was a little sweeter.
This one was a little sweeter, but I think this one's a little more fall baking spicy.
Yeah, I'll go with that. Yeah.
I like this one more every taste I have of it. Like as we've gone through this. We have, y'all, reached the end of our time at 2XO, which I'm a little sad about, actually, and I can't wait till the next release in the Icon series. I will be there to grab it. We're going to finish with their kind of premiere offering, as they say, the Gem of Kentucky. So, according to their website, it is the only, and B, this is a tongue twister, it is the only double-barreled, single-barrel Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey on the market. This one is a level up. It's going to cost you around $200.
Yeah. Now, there are varying char levels between the two barrels and a single barrel, which should give
double
you a
barrel, single barrel, Kentucky barrel.
Yeah, which should give you a complex flavor, and it probably has a complex when it's all those different types of barrels. Probably needs a psychiatrist.
It's seeing a therapist.
That's why I have to pay $200 for it, because it has to pay for its therapist. Now, like the others, we don't know the full mash bill, but we know that it's around 35% rye. So this is it's a high rye.
It's a decently high rye,
And of them, I will tell you that when you look at them, it is by far
the darkest.
The darkest.
You are so right. It is like a rich mahogany.
Yeah, the
color.
others you could fool me into anyone is anyone other without any question. This one stands out. No doubt.
You are 100% right.
So what are we going to get when I smell this bad boy?
Ooh, you're supposed to get some vanilla, nutmeg, orange zest. That's a new one for our 2XO offerings, and some black pepper. Okay, nutmeg is strong there.
The nutmeg is strong with this one.
That sounds like something someone would say on the Food Network. That's how I learned to cook, was watching Food Network.
I learned to cook from my dad.
That's awesome.
I know. Orange zest.
Yeah.
And the black pepper kind of hits you kind of at the end.
You're better at smelling black pepper than I am. I taste it, but I have a harder time smelling it.
Well, after this, I'll go stick your nose in a whole bottle of it, and I promise you'll smell it.
And then I'll sneeze all over the place.
If you've made as many briskets and
you've got black pepper down
and pork shoulders as I have, you've lived in black pepper. It's like it's everywhere.
So what are we supposed to get on the taste?
Well, not brisket.
Not brisket. Sad day.
Yeah, but if you have a bourbon that tastes like brisket, if you would call us at 1-800.
Yum.
Yeah. You're supposed to get some chocolate, cinnamon, dark red fruits, and nutmeg, and finish with black pepper and spice. Chocolate.
Unlike our normal making fun of tasting notes, this one is on point. On point.
But you can taste the black pepper there. Whoa.
At the end, but that nutmeg's right before it.
Yep.
Right before that is definitely some cinnamon and some chocolate.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to taste it again to see if I get the dark red fruit.
Go for it.
I'm going to take one for the team.
Okay, take one.
Wow.
It's fantastic. Those are strong spices.
Honestly, I really do get the chocolate in this one, and I think it's the Okay, so don't think milk chocolate.
No, you're thinking more of coffee.
But it is that. Okay, so you're right. The spice notes hit 1, 2, 3 here. You're so right. But
it's a dark coffee.
But there's a different flavor that's a base flavor that's slightly sweet, and I think to me that's the chocolate.
Okay. I mean, to me it's like a dark coffee. A dark
yeah,
coffee.
I can buy it. Yeah, I can
Yeah,
get there.
I mean,
I can
it's
go
somewhere
there.
in that.
Yeah, that flavor profile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying by base flavor. I can go with that. And to me, this rooster crows. I mean, to me, this is
a Chicago walk.
Yeah, it is.
100%.
And there it is. And what I hate about that is when, of course, the most expensive one is Chicago walk. I mean, but that's kind of how this brand rolls. And
he knows it.
Yeah. I mean, that's how he staged
He
it.
prices it that way.
Sure.
And they say the Oak series, that's meant to be your everyday. It's the cheapest. The Icon series, special releases, they're meant to be in the middle. Gem of Kentucky is meant to be their premier. It's most expensive.
But the French oak to me was fantastic. The French oak to me at $50 was a much better buy than two of these or one of these at the Icon. Well, in terms of your purchase
you would
power,
do the French oak. I would do the French oak over the Kiawah.
Yeah, if you're telling me that I'm going to pay $100 for the Kiawah, which I think is a little overpriced.
80 to 100.
I think it's closer to 80. Or I'm going to pay 50 to 45 to 50
yeah.
for the French oak. I'm probably going to buy the French oak.
I'd agree with you.
The Innkeeper or the Tribute, as long as I'm not buying them both.
Right. Now, here's the question. You walk in and there's Gem of Kentucky, Innkeeper, and Tribute, and Sneakerhead beside each other. Sneakerhead's $85, Gem of Kentucky is $200. Innkeeper and Tribute are also right around $85. What you getting?
It depends.
On what?
Did I just get paid today?
Is it payday?
I got a pocket full of change. If I just got paid today.
I got bills.
Yeah, so I mean, if I'm having a ZZ Top moment, I'm probably gonna buy the Gem of Kentucky and just not tell Katie.
Call a day.
Just call you and tell her to Venmo $100 and let's move on.
And she'll be like, "Why'd you Venmo? Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it." I was feeling generous.
I had to get the brakes fixed. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. If I had many more days like weeks I've had this week, I'm gonna probably just drown myself in that. Cheers,
My sir. I understand.
So I think the only way with a vertical tasting is to take this out of a vertical tasting and say, okay, so this is 200 bones. So you get this, you get the bottle of Russell's 15, you get the Elijah Craig 18, which I know is not quite as much, but you're ballparking in that type of...
Yeah, you're between those two.
You're top shelving.
You're between those
you
two.
You get 3 or 4 different top shelves and you blind taste them and you go, well, which one was worth the cash? But that being said, this is a bourbon show, so we're supposed to say crazy crap like that. If you're out at the ABC store and you happen to have...
Yeah.
If you got 2 Benjamin Franklins in there and you want to buy this bottle of bourbon, well, daggone, you should throw down. I'm not your daddy. I'm not telling you how to spend your money.
But maybe one...
Divorce lawyers are more expensive than $200, so it really doesn't matter. She's going to leave you for $200. Who cares? Get another one.
That's a fair point. Or he.
I'm a fan, even though he's a millennial. I have a friend who's also my superior at work, and he's a sneakerhead. Mm-hmm. He has a collection, so I can appreciate the art of sneakerheads. So I'm just making fun. Good for him. I mean, good for him.
Hey, he picked a lane. He's killing it.
He's working hard. I mean,
Yeah.
he does a really good job of selling on his website and through his media that he's hustling. I mean, if you've started 2 bourbon brands
You're
and
hustling.
you've sold one to Stoli and then you've invented another one and you're sourcing barrels and you are mixing them and you're doing the advertising, and he does a lot of his own traveling and a lot of his own branding. I mean, you're hustling. So
yeah, I mean,
you can't knock it.
A lot of what I read about him is, like you said, he does a lot. He speaks everywhere.
Yeah.
He's
So I'm not
in the grind.
I'm not gonna knock him.
And I mean, he left a known quantity at Kentucky out.
That was a real smart move.
To take, but it was a leap of faith.
I'm pretty sure when they told him we're going to build a pyramid,
He said,
he went,
deuces.
"Now, how much are you going to pay me to leave?" I love Dixon Dedman. He's my boy. We hang.
All right, y'all. This was fun. Love 2XO.
It
Grab
was
a
fun
bottle.
for us.
It could be fun for you too. Go grab a bottle of 2XO. Drop a comment. Let us know what you think of it. And until next time.
Cheers, y'all.